We're not allowed access for you guys.
Oh, I think there's been a mistake, sir. Aaron Strolovich last night, that's our confirmation.
This is GM property.
Right, a GM product communications person invited
I'm
us.
just telling you this is trespassing, okay?
Even though I've been invited by a GM employee. How is that trespassing?
8 months ago, we announced investments to retool the CAMI EV assembly plant here in Ingersoll. Then GM began working to get CAMI ready for electric vehicle production. And today, as Mark pointed out, in record time, we're opening the first full-scale commercial electric vehicle plant in Canada.
I actually work here and I lost my job over the mandate, so...
Really?
I think we've had enough about Trudeau.
He's standing with the protesters in China, but he doesn't stand with the protesters here in Canada. He tramples them. He tramples their rights. He takes away all their civil liberties and...
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Ingersoll, Ontario. And folks, I'm outside the GM CAMI assembly plant. This is going to be the assembly plant for the next generation EV cargo vans that GM is assembling. And there's going to be an announcement made by none other than Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his new best friend, that would be Ontario Premier Doug Ford, and even Cabinet Minister Vic Fideli will be here.
You see, 8 months ago, we announced investments to retool the CAMI EV assembly plant here in Ingersoll. Then GM began working to get CAMI ready for electric vehicle production. And today, as Mark pointed out, in record time, we're opening the first full-scale commercial electric vehicle plant in Canada.
GM is making history with the first full-scale electric vehicle production facility in Canada, which will be their EV hub for the Bright Drop commercial vehicle line.
I will remind everyone that the number one thing we can all do to keep ourselves safe, to keep our loved ones safe, is make sure that you're up to date in your COVID vaccinations, and while you're at it, get your flu shot. There's a lot of people getting sick this year, perhaps because we all were so diligent about being safe over the past couple of years and wearing masks, that we need to step up again and make sure that everyone's doing everything they can to keep their families, their loved ones, and their communities safe by getting vaccinated.
Now, get a load of this. We wanted to see what this big announcement was, and we reached out yesterday, that would be Sunday evening. Actually, GM reached out to us to invite us, and we said absolutely. We got our RSVP, we got our confirmation, and about 20 minutes ago, we lined up with the rest of the media, and check out what happened to Lincoln and I.
Rebel News is not allowed to do it.
Oh,
We've been told no, so...
you've been told no?
Yes.
Oh, hang on a second. I think there's been a mistake here. I've got a confirmation from Aaron Strolovich, she, her.
Yeah, hang on, I'll find out.
We're not allowed access for you guys.
Oh, I think there's been a mistake, sir. Aaron Strolovich last night, that's our confirmation. See? And that came in last night at 5:41 p.m. And we've driven 2 hours to get here, so
Let me confirm, okay?
Thank you.
You're not allowed in.
Why is that, sir?
Huh?
Why is that?
You're just not allowed in.
No access.
Rebel News, no access.
Okay, well, this confirmation says differently.
My supervisor says differently too.
Who is your supervisor?
My supervisor is inside.
Oh, yeah, and his name would be?
You want to talk to him?
I would like to, because I think there's been a mistake. I've got here in writing from Aaron Strolovich, she, her, that we are confirmed right there. Confirmation. CAMI EV assembly grand opening.
I just asked him right now, and there's no access right now.
Okay, why would somebody late last night on Sunday approve us? We drive here 2 hours to a media event. We are media, and then is somebody inside this building who you don't even give me his name says we're not allowed in? Alex Shu.
Here, that you can talk to him.
Okay.
You go try and get a hold of him. You're blocking the line. You need to remove.
No. You're blocking the line.
You're holding us up.
You're holding up the line.
No, you're holding up. No, this guy's holding us up.
No, you are.
No, this guy. Who are you? Who are you?
If you can visualize that they're leaving, we're out here.
What's his number?
Can you please move your car over there?
Oh, no.
Move it now. You're not going to move it?
I'm going to call this. You're going to get what? Oh, okay. Beautiful.
You have it on a piece of paper?
No. Do you want to write it down, or?
Yeah, write it down.
Or do you want my
I'll give it
card?
to you. Sure.
Okay. All right. And I'll stand by first call, okay?
Yeah. All right. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks.
All right there. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna need you to leave the property fully.
Okay, your colleague right there said if I moved out of the line, his supervisor would call me.
Yeah, I just want to make you aware that you are still trespassing right now.
Oh, how am I trespassing? I have an invite here.
This is GM property.
Right, a GM product communications person invited
I'm
us.
just telling you this is trespassing, okay?
Even though I've been invited by a GM employee. How is that trespassing? Okay.
No problem.
Are you a wait a minute, are you a security guard? Can I see your security license, please? I can't read it from there. I'm not Clark Kent. Okay. And yours, sir? Okay. And I take it
No
that
comment.
Wait a minute. You said are you a liar, sir? You said your supervisor was going to call me. All right.
Erin speaking.
Yeah, hi. Is this Erin Strolovich, she, her?
It is. Hi.
Yes, hi, Miss Strolovich, she, her. It's David Menzies here. I'm just outside the Cami facility with my cameraman, Lincoln J., and they're not honoring the invitation that you sent our way last night.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was told that we're not allowed to.
Oh, why's that?
You know what? I wasn't given information.
But
You know, I'm just the person who was sent, the list, and I sent it out. I wasn't given information. Sorry about that.
well, I'm afraid sorry is a little weak because we've driven 2 hours to get here, and this is the assignment, and they haven't given us a reason to. Is that too much to ask, Miss Strolovich, she, her, for a reason why?
I'm sorry?
Is that Miss Strolovich, she, her? Is it too much to ask for the reason why we're not allowed in, given that we drove 2 hours?
Yeah, I just don't have an answer. I wasn't giving the answer, so I just can't provide one to you. If I had one, I would have been happy to give it to you, but I don't have it.
But whose decision is this then?
This came from higher up, and I am just carrying out the orders.
Ms. Strolovich, she, her, I've also been told about 150 construction workers and 50 programmers that are normally on site were told to stay home for no reason either. Do you know what the reason for that is?
I'm sorry. I actually have no comment, and right now I have, I'm just dealing with the RSVP list. I'm not the right person to speak to.
Well, you're the spokeswoman. You're the one that confirmed our invitations.
Right. I am dealing with the RSVP list. I don't have quotes. I don't comment on those things. I'm sorry.
Okay, but it seems that nobody... Is it because Prime Minister Trudeau is afraid of being flipped the bird or
Right,
being told the profanity?
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, Miss Strolovich, she, her. I'm just trying to get some answers to reach out. Oh, a communications person that doesn't communicate. Wow. Yeah, so she's just following orders. Somebody high above her gave her those orders. I wonder if it was Doug Ford. I wonder if it was Prime Minister Trudeau. Well, in any event, I can see that there is a group of demonstrators here. And here's the other angle to our story, folks. Days ago, we were tipped off that the plant told the construction workers, about 150 workers in that regard, and the programmers, around 50, to stay home today. There was no reason given why they were told to stay home, but I think this might be the reason. There might be people in the construction trades that subscribe to F. Trudeau and the raised middle finger. In any event, let's go into the crowd and see what these demonstrators have to say.
Well, I actually work here and I lost my job over the mandate, so
really?
This was a protest I wasn't going to miss.
Is this because you refused to reveal your vaccination status?
Yep. I was even a health and safety representative here, and I was kicked out of the plant as well.
Wow. And was it suspended without pay or actual termination?
Without pay.
Okay, then. And
I got my job back in June.
Oh, so you're back at the plant then. Are you not worried they might... be offended of you speaking to us
no, if you don't have freedom, you don't have anything. I have a little daughter at home, and Means a lot to be here.
I think we've had enough about Trudeau. He's done enough to this country, and we have to show our protest, right?
I'm just here because I want to raise my pride with my flag. Trudeau doesn't respect our flag, which obviously he's degrading the way Canada is going, which I don't like or agree with. But
I have worked here for a few years as a contractor.
Oh, okay, then. That's the angle we're pursuing. We were tipped off last week that there's about 150 construction workers and about 50 programmers that were told to stay home for the Prime Minister's visit. They were never given a reason why. Why were they told to stay home without pay today?
I believe that it was probably because they don't want anybody there that may oppose the Liberal government or any of their recent decisions. So I took the opportunity to have my day off to come out and make my sign here against C21 and thank him for the day off.
Probably so they wouldn't voice their opinion if they saw him. I mean, he's standing with the protesters in China, but he doesn't stand with the protesters here in Canada. He tramples them. He tramples their rights. He takes away all their civil liberties. And
we, of course, stand with those protesters, where we know how important it is for people to express themselves, for journalists to be able to do their jobs. And we're going to continue to consistently stand up for human rights and the things that people in China and people all around the world are continuing to fight for.
It's just disgusting.
Well, they probably don't like Trudeau either, and they might say something, right?
I think he doesn't want any pushback, anything that's going to look bad. They try to take all that away from the mainstream media, you know. And Trudeau, he jokes himself about how he's paid off the media. We've seen it when he talks in his speech, how he's paid over $600 million to the mainstream media with the so-called media bailout, right?
They let us off the hook for a very good reason. Because we paid them $600 million.
I can see why they don't want people here, as he's been run off of multiple events. People have heckled him, thrown things.
When the motorcade for Justin Trudeau and Doug Ford arrives, it's for a press event where they're espousing the merits of EV vehicles, and yet they'll be showing up in old school, full-size SUVs spewing carbon. Whatever happened to leading by example?
Well, I think the best example is 2 days ago he was in Surrey. So he obviously flew back on a private jet just to make this meeting. So I think just the carbon from that is ridiculous, right?
Folks, how many times has GM gone belly up? How many times has the government, both in the US and in Canada, bail out this automaker? So think about it from GM's point of view. If their bet on electrification doesn't work out as planned, if they go belly up yet again, you probably want a guy in Ottawa with a checkbook to bail you out with taxpayer dollars yet again. How shameful. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Well, folks, yet again, another Justin Trudeau event where the mainstream media are inside and the independent media are kicked to the curb. But you know what? We still bring you the story, the other side of the story. If you can, please go to rebelinvestigates.com. That's rebelinvestigates.com. And please make a contribution so we can continue to bring you the journalism you rely on.